In this tutorial here, I'm going to show you how to get started with MultiSim, which comes with your textbook, Computer Simulated Experiments for Electric Circuits Using Electronics Workbench. If you move to the back of that particular book, you'll find that there's a CD in there. Install the CD. I think I had to actually install it twice. I'll actually ask you to reboot your computer. And then you'll go down your Start menu and you'll find that there's a MultiSim folder, and then you'll find a shortcut that says Start to it, and that will get you going on this, okay? And I installed mine. For some reason I installed it, reboot it, and then I have to install the second time. I think you install the Acrobat PDF viewer with it, and that's actually how you launch MultiSim, okay? So I'm going to get you started a little differently here. I'm just over at my computer here, and I'm going to just go directly to my C drive. This installation puts a folder called MultiSim on the root directory of your C drive. I'll go into that, and you'll find a PDF document in here. I think it's easier to use a listing, so I'll just go details here, and the name of the PDF document is start.pdf, okay? Now it might be easier for you just to go to your Start menu and find the MultiSim folder there under Programs, but here's an alternative way, okay? So I fired up. It starts the PDF viewer up, and it gives me this screen. I just follow directions, hit next again, and then it'll ask me if I want to run MultiSim. So I'll go ahead and run MultiSim, and ask me if I want to confirm that. I say yes, and MultiSim comes up. Now let me shrink it down so it actually fits in the window that we're working with here. So I'll resize this so it fits in our little video here. Okay? And I'm going to close this and open up a new file. Okay? I just want to show you a couple of tools here to use. Okay? So I'll start with, let's just create a simple circuit. Okay? So we're going to need a load, and we need some sort of power source and a ground, and connect it all up, and we'll do a couple measurements here. Pretty simple, straightforward experiment here today. Okay? So I'm going to go down here into my indicators, and the first thing I'm going to do is grab a lamp here. Okay, here's a virtual lamp. Just click on that and drag it on out in there. Okay. Let me grab up here. I'm going to grab a DC voltage source. Okay, so I click on that and pull that out here. And what else do we need? We need a ground. Okay, so I'll go find my ground. I'll pull that out here. Whoop, we'll try again. Alright, here's my ground. And then I'm going to connect all this stuff up, and you notice in the upper corner here, you see I have a little on-off switch. That'll activate the circuit and make things run. Okay. Couple things here. First, I'm going to rotate this. I right-clicked on my mouse, and I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. Alright, now I make it a little easier because now I have my two ends of my bulb that I can connect. Over here, what I'm going to do is you see how my mouse turns to a little dot? I'm going to click, and I'm just going to drag this over, connect my circuit there, and I'll come over here, and I'll click, and I'll drag over again here, and I'll complete my circuit by adding a ground to this whole diagram I've put together. Alright, so I have a voltage source, I have a load or a lamp here. I can adjust these, by the way. If I double click on this, I can change my voltage. If I want to change my bulb to a different type of bulb, I have the ability to do that too. I'm going to leave all the defaults here because I just want to get something running. Right? What you're going to notice here when I go and flip the switch here is the light bulb's going to go on. Okay, so I'll flip it, boom, it activates the circuit, and you'll see that there's a couple of lines coming out of there to indicate that we've activated that light bulb. Alright, so pretty basic there. Let me shut that off. I'll deactivate it now. And let's get some tools out here now. Alright, I got a variety of different instruments I'm going to use. One, I'm going to use let's start with a voltmeter. And that will allow me to measure voltage. Okay, so I'll grab a voltmeter here. Alright, and again I'm going to choose just whatever the default is because I want to just get something in here for right now. Okay, there's my voltmeter. Alright, and then I'm going to take my circuit and I'm going to insert my voltmeter in the middle of my circuit. I come down here, click, click, over here, click. Okay, pretty quick to wire all that stuff in, isn't it? Fire it up now, turn the switch on, and let's observe what my voltmeter does now. Okay, it takes a second to activate, but if you look closely there, it's measuring 12 volts. Alright, turn it off. Boom. Alright, let me close that out now. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to highlight it. I got rid of that whole component. Let me grab an ammeter out here. And again, I'm just going to choose the default. Alright, so I have my ammeter out here, and I will connect the circuit. Connect the circuit on this side. And let's fire up the circuit. And we'll see, and you can see my ammeter is now measuring amps at 0.8333. Okay, turn it off. Alright, get rid of it. Let me show you one more tool here. Here on this panel over here is a multimeter. Okay, let me grab that tool. Drop it in there. Connect it in a circuit. Connect to my voltage source. I'll come over here, connect it to my load. Okay, now I have my complete circuit here. In fact, let's do something different. Let me get rid of this. Boom. Get rid of this. Boom. Let's put this down at the bottom here. Okay? Let me get rid of that. And so I'll recreate my circuit. Boom. Come down here and I'll connect this over to either side. Controls connecting that. There we go. Okay. So I put my voltmeter in, or my multimeter in, and if I double click on it, you actually see here here's my measurement, and I'll throw the circuit, and right now you'll see that the volts are depressed right now, that particular button. And I activate my circuit and it's measuring now negative 12 volts. It's interesting how it flipped from positive to negative, perhaps because of where I placed it. Okay, and I can go over here and it'll measure amps for me. Okay. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so we create a simple circuit here and just showed you some basic things in MultiSim. Alright, let me close all that up. I'm going to say no, I'm not going to save this circuit. Alright, last thing I want to show you here is how to access some of the files that you'll need for the various experiments that come with your textbook. And these are all sitting on a CD, and what I did with them, I grabbed the folder with all those files on it, and the name of the folder I believe is EWB space files. I grabbed that off my CD and I dumped it onto my desktop. And that way I don't have to go searching around for that CD all the time. Alright, so I'll go under File, go to Open. I'm going to retrace my steps for this, okay? So I said I put it on my desktop. It was called EWB Files. I open that up, and I'm going to go into Part 1 here. And instead of textbook edition files, MST files, I'm going to look for MultiSim files. And the first one I'm going to pull up goes with my first lab. It's called figure01_01.msm. Let me open that up. Okay. And there's the same circuit that you'll see as if you're looking in your textbook, and I believe you'll see is it page 7 of your textbook shows identical circuit here. And I'm going to just throw the switch on it, and you'll see that my ammeter is reading here and my voltmeter is reading, and you can see my load in here and kind of get a kind of a broader sense of what's going on. Okay, and I'm going to stop the tutorial there, and you guys will have an opportunity to work through this out of your lab book.